Good evening to everyone. And really want to give kudos to Amy, is she here? Amy and Kevin, and so many folks who have been working hard on the portal and making sure that's up and running so that parents can register children and access information. As a parent, I've been on it myself, and so it really is efficient. So it's good to hear that feedback, and so we always want to hear that. Sort of adding to some of what has already been said, a couple of dates that we mentioned already, and I just want to maybe elaborate a little bit more. On the 28th of July, which is next week, we will have an all-administrators meeting, and that meeting will be at the Federal Reserve Bank downtown. And we have one every year, and all the administrators come together and we talk about issues that are very pertinent to us for the coming school year. And the Federal Reserve always gives that to us at no charge or no cost to the district. But they also, we've been partnering with them. They purchased a lot of our AP Economics materials that students will be taking AP Econ at our high schools. That partnership is reciprocal, and I am so grateful for that because we're able to offer our students more opportunities. So the 28th is that meeting. It'll be all day for administrators, and I want to make sure the community is aware of that and the preparation that's going into getting ready for this school year. On August 2nd, we'll have convocation, and that is where everybody comes together at the beginning of the year, sort of our big kickoff, our powwow for all employees, and we always have it at McClure in the hub, and it'll be the same this year, and we're going to be really focusing on some of the work we did at Harvard this past couple weeks ago. One of the things that I know is really important to our community is having school decorum to really go in the right direction, right? Behavior and those kinds of things. One of the outcomes from the training we got this summer was so helpful because it really helped us to sharpen our saw even more around not just the student-teacher relationships, but what are the conditions for those relationships? Like, how do and should teachers develop those relationships? As a quick example, many of you know that you can give an example like this. Johnny goes in teacher A's class and gives her a fit. Goes in teacher B's class and does everything she asks him to do, right? And so you wonder, what are the things that enable Johnny to do well in one teacher's class and not the other? And we feel strongly about the conditions for success. School culture. School culture is critical. But how do you create that, right? And principals have to lead that work around how you create the kind of conditions that's a predictable environment so that when students come in and teachers, that they feel supported and that we encourage the kinds of relationships that teachers and students we know are fruitful for their engagement and ultimately their learning. So we're excited about that. Convocation will be on the 2nd, and we'll talk more about that to the entire staff, not just teachers, although there are two kinds of employees in our district. Teachers and you all are awesome. And so, but likewise on the buses, because that's a critical place, and during passing times between classes and what's going on there, the kinds of conditions we set there, as well as in the cafeteria and other places. So we are excited about that. August 4th is our STEAM school, our STEAM Academy ribbon cutting ceremony. And we have invited quite a few people from the community. Along with myself and the board president, will be speaking. We have a couple of folks who will be speaking. I particularly asked the mayors in Hazelwood and Ferguson and Florissant to say a word or two, 35 seconds or so, because we want to keep it to 30 minutes, but we want the community to know how powerful this opportunity is for North County. Not just for Florida, but North County, right? Because this is an investment in the education of North County. And I was at a banquet today, Glen Echo, with the Greater North County Chamber. I'm on that board, and just talking with some of the folks there around the support, and it's really a community effort. So we're really excited about that, and encourage you to encourage others to be there. It's going to be at 10:30 outside of the new building on Dunn Road. We're going to start on time as we do, and it'll be 30 minutes, 29.5 seconds, 29 minutes, 53 seconds. But we'll be, very concise. But we really want the community to come out. We've invited media, and we want to send the message that education is the priority. And we always say that, I believe strongly that education is the best economic developer. So we're really excited about that. Please come out. The building looks amazing. Still some things to do. The furniture is getting in. We hope to have everything up and ready on the 4th, depending on how the furniture comes in. Some of that has been there. Some of in the art room, for example. Some of those tables are already up. The science rooms are ready. But we want to try to have it all together for you so the community can see what you all have done, what the community has done for our community, right? Because this would not have happened had Prop I not passed. Before I got here, you all were working on this. My hope is that we have responded to what the community has asked for, and that we can continue to invest in our community, in particular, First Floor and North County as a whole. The back to school fair is on the 5th. Every school will have a booth there. If you have children, if you have nieces, nephews, make sure that parents go out. We have lots of information. All schools are required to have a booth for information purposes in particular, so that parents can get what they need, supply lists, book packs, book bags, and all those things will be given out during that time. So we have a lot of things going on that entire weekend. August 9, of course, as this has been said, as far as I said earlier, is our first day of school. And it's also our board meeting for August. So August 9th is a very busy day. So please, if you have time, visit the school, see what's going on in our buildings. We're intentional about being in buildings. I am specifically on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I'll be in schools every day the first week or two of school, just to make sure we are supporting teachers and students. The other part that I'll end on, a couple things here. We were awarded, I just learned today, we were awarded the homeless grant. That's a 3-year grant that we have gotten in the past, and I think us and maybe St. Louis public schools got two. We're the only two in the region that got that grant. It's $150,000 a year for 3 years. So let's give Amy and that team a round of applause. We want to continue to bring in those resources into our district, because it makes a difference when it comes to being fiscally prudent with resources that you entrust us with. We will have, and I will declare this on August 9th, it'll be a declaration I'll make, we'll have a 2 billion word challenge day, right? We'll kick it off. Our kids met that challenge. We started in January, if you remember last year. Last year, we started in January, and our children read over 1 billion words from January till May. So if they can do that, they can do 2 billion from August until May. And we set the expectation. Listen, children rise to the expectations you set. And if you set low expectations, that's where they go. If you set high expectations, that's where they go. We're having children read like nobody's business, y'all. I mean, child levels are going up, and all those things that make me very passionate as a daddy, to see children reading and growing. And I'll tell you this, and I'll say this to my last day on earth, that when kids read more and grow intellectually, everything else goes up as well. I think you agree with that. And so we want to push our kids to read at very high levels. We're being even more specific, though. We're looking at kids' specific child levels, making sure that they're getting books in their range. They can create a free profile on letchild.com. And they can, in that profile, have a reading list, and it asks students for their interests. So that students are selecting books that they're interested in, engagement, and they're getting books that they're interested in their reading range. So they're growing. And so I think that is critically important. So we will have a 2 billion word challenge, and I am more than confident that our students will meet that challenge. Finally, a lot has been going on this summer, PBL training, trainings that we've been in. It really is about adult learning. Sometimes when I'm in meetings with different groups, they call me the superintendent, but I see myself as the lead learner. We all have to be learners so that our children grow. And when adults grow and are pushing themselves all the time, everybody, whether you drive a bus, and I'm going to renew my license, I keep saying that. I drove a bus for years. I was bragging to my wife, I said, I wanted a bus radio when I was a bus driver, so I just want you to know. But everybody has to be learners. And I encourage all of you who hear me and and I won't say also radio land, because I know they're patient, that I want you to read and show children in your sphere of influence how important reading is and growing is. So that is my report. Thank you.